Sometimes our light goes out, but is blown into flame by another human being. Each of us owes deepest thanks to those who have rekindled this light. Quoted by Albert Schweitzer in his book, Out of My Life and Thought. Missionary, musician, and author, Albert Schweitzer bettered this world with his medical missions. He was definitely the most influential person of the 20th century. Albert was born in Kaisersberg in the region of Alsace, Germany, on January 14, 1875. According to NobelPrize.org, Albert was born into an Alsatian family that for generations had been devoted to education, music, and religion. While he attended college, he followed in his father and grandfather's footsteps and practiced ministry, theology, and philosophy. Because of his love for learning, he became principal of St. Thomas Theological College at the University of Strasbourg. But as Albert matured, he started to wonder what he could do for this world. And since that point, he was passionate to give back to the less fortunate. He aspired to become a mission doctor and started to study medicine. He qualified as a physician in 1911. During his time studying and preparing for his future, Albert had met a woman who shared the same interests as him. Her name was Helen. They kept secret contact for 10 years and finally married in 1912. Found in the World Book, Albert became a mission doctor in Lambaréné, which was French Equatorial Africa at the time. Starting in 1913, he devoted himself to curing narcolepsy and leprosy, and his wife and him would work together in their first hospital, a chicken coop. Also found in the World Book, Schweitzer used his $33,000 Nobel Prize money to expand the hospital and establish a leper colony. Now that I've taken you through his medical journey, let's discuss his love for music. Music had played a decisive role in Albert's life. Since the age of 9, his father, Louis Schweitzer, had instructed him on how to play the organ. He would put him to good use at church services. Albert valued the composer Bach most of all, and through perfecting his organ technique, he would play in Bach cantatas and passions with the Wilhelm Choir. Albert also continued his music education privately while attending Strasbourg. According to Baker's Biographical Dictionary for Musicians, Schweitzer studied the organ with Eugene and Ernst Munch, also with Witter in Paris. Also found in Baker's Dictionary, his most important publications to the field of music was between 1905 to 1913. The majority of this time, he was still attending Strasbourg. However, he had also began touring as an organist to raise funds for his hospital work. Adding to that, he distinguished himself as the author of one of the most important books on Bach, greatly influencing the interpretation of Bach's music and contributing to the full understanding of Bach's symbolic treatment of various musical devices. Speaking of books, Albert wrote many. In 1906, he wrote The Quest for the Historical Jesus. And according to Amazon.com, this was the novel about the groundbreaking study that established the reputation of the famed theologian Traces in the search for the historical person of Jesus. In this novel, Schweitzer analyzes work of more than 50 18th and 19th century authors and concludes that many of their earlier historical reconstructions of Christ were largely fantasies. He also continued to write while in Africa. He completed the first 2 volumes of his monumental work, The Philosophy of Civilization. In conclusion, Albert Schweitzer, a missionary, musician, and author, is definitely the most influential person of the 20th century because he continues to strive to be better. Schweitzer lived a very successful life up to the age of 90. In the time I've studied this incredible man, he has forever inspired me to strive for absolute greatness. Back to his quote, that flame that he talks about is still burning through the contributions that he's made. I want to talk about my poster.